Yo, we are back with another video. Welcome back to the channel. It's been, what, a few hours now? But I haven't really made any big channel updates. So, for the big channel updates before this video starts, I wanted to say I have suggestively started one of the other channels that I've been planning to do for a while. You're not gonna find it because I haven't really put anything on it, nor have I done anything with it. It's not fully done, but eventually when it's ready, I will post something. And for the other one, I haven't gotten to that. But if you subscribe to this channel, hit that like button and share, and we get to 1,000 by the end of 2025. You'll be seeing more posts. And I might just do my very first stream by that time for the horror gaming content channel and other stuff. If we get to 1,000 by then. If not, we'll still try to get that stream up. But please do hit that subscribe button, share, and like the video. And watch this video to the end, because that'll be really good for my algorithm. Like, I really need it bad. So, yeah. And continue sharing and comments. I read them when I get the chance. I love all your comments. And, yeah, I thank you, all of you, from the bottom of my heart. And this journey will continue to go fine and well. And let's enjoy these stories that we've been continuously been trying to do for a while. Back to the video. So, there's a bigger problem now. Another son of Sparta is alive. Isaiah proceeded to put down his papers. And you are sure about this? Looking at Midoriya, simply nodding at his sensei. Yeah. By the way that the villains were reacting, I'm pretty sure. Good job, Midoriya, for telling us this. This is important information that we need to know. And if possible, we're probably going to have to keep a close eye on you to see what's up. Yeah. Thanks, Sensei. It's pretty drastic. As I was nodded. Well, get rest and get stronger. You're going to need it. Seen look confused at his teacher. Okay, but why? Well, you're in the hero school first of all. And second of all, the sports festival's coming in a week. You're going to need all the time you can get to train and get stronger. You don't want to be losing, do you? Zuko proceeded to blink. No, I don't. We'll get stronger. We'll see if you can win the sports festival by the end. But until now, we won't do anything about it. Thank you for telling me this information, Midoriya. As I proceeded to leave, Izuku proceeded to walk out of Sensei's office. The days after the USJ has been interesting, to say the least. Everyone's been talking about the whole USJ incident with students being attacked by villains. But the whole demon thing had to be kept under wraps. They didn't want the public to know about the whole demon debacle. It was for them to freak out. Because then now we revealed more things about the supernatural and demons. And that wouldn't really be good, would it? So no. That was kept under wraps quickly. Izuku wondering how he's going to process this. This is all new to him. Awakening more more of his powers and his devil trigger. Then the new information that he has received, he got from Tomura Shigaraki. Issei could be alive. And at worst, he's willing Yamato. He had a feeling. He knows it. He proceeded to stop and ponder. So one thing about the two swords, they're powerful, deadly, dangerous in their own rights. So another thing about the wielder of the blades, Issei was strong with a sword. If anything, he was better than him. A lot better. This was a situation that he really had to think about. Issei with a sword that can cut through dimensions. That was genuinely not on his plan of things to worry about. But it just made it on the register, on the list. He proceeded to continue walking, as this is when he was pulled aside for, well, more interesting talks with All Might. Instead of having lunch with his classmates, he had to be taken aside. "Hey, Midoriya, would you mind joining me for lunch?" The simple piece of said. He was proceeding to look at his classmates and looking back at All Might, with Uraraka giving him a thumbs up. Izuku smiling. "Yeah, sure. I would love to. Can I bring someone?" All Might proceeded to blink. "Sure." He proceeded to look at Katsuki, giving a nudge, a head nod forward to follow. Katsuki picked up his tray, proceeding to follow. As the door closed, he proceeded to look as simply All Might proceeded to say, "So about the USJ. I'm sorry for the All Might, it's alright," as Suzuki said. "You're on your time limit, and you surpassed your time limit. It's alright." Yes. What's not alright is that some of my students are very injured. Simba pieced up and clenched his fist, looking at his frail, weak body now that he deflated. He sighed as seeing this simply me look up back to his two students. "But I need to know everything. I got some things from the investigations, but I didn't get everything." As Zuka proceeded to say, "Yeah, I didn't either. I was mostly fighting in the main area, near the door. So, yeah." He proceeded to look at Katsuki as Katsuki looked aside. "Fine. To what I heard from Shitty Hair, the others, it was actually a lot more different. If anything, they wouldn't stop talking about it. This whole USJ thing was more planned out than it really seemed. And if anything else, it seemed more coordinated. And the demons, they weren't just there in the main area, they were everywhere. I even got pushed back a bit from the main area." Bakugo proceeded to remember. Flashback. While Izuku was dealing with all the other demons and the class was teleported out, Bakugo was dealing with his own problems, fighting these demons to left and right, and consider and occasionally bumping some villains, knocking their ass over for an explosion. That did the trick. He continued the fight, but the more he fought, the more demons and villains kept pushing back, and they pushed him further and further from the main plaza, all the way into, well, the safe zone area, where he had to retreat for a short moment of time. Bakugo proceeded to simply glare, finding himself in a sticky situation. Shit! He proceeded to look. All these fucking demons are all over the place. You proceeded to jump from one roof to another, scowling, the very fact that all these demons are everywhere. He proceeded to stop, turning to the sound, making his way forward quickly as seeing it was Kirishima. Shima was Sato. He super scowled, great, shitty hair, double freak face. He proceeded to turn away. Then he stopped and turned back. I want to hear the end of it. They even got hurt. He scowled. He proceeded to jump off the roof, jumping down towards them. As one of them proceeded to struggle with the demon, Bakugo ignited his sword with his explosion-like quirk, igniting it, stabbing it through the chest as it exploded on impact. The remaining body parts proceeded to explode. Kirishima proceeded to cover his face as saying, Bakubro. What the hell did you call me, shitty hair? Huh. That's a neat trick, as Kirishima said. Look at the sword. It's not a trick. It's a weapon. It's a sword, more exactly. Yeah, Sato said. It's a sword. But I have to admit, you do well with it, just like Midoriya. You wield the blade very confidently. Well, I was raised in the way of the sword when I was younger by my godparents. I wanted to be better than anyone, especially in swordplay. It's useful now, I think about it. Bakugo turned towards him. What the hell are you guys doing here? How'd you get here? That warp guy with the smoky face, he warped us all here. Most of us are spread out through the whole area. Huh. Bakugo scowled. Well, isn't that nice? Weren't you with Midoriya? Sato says. I was with Deku, but now I got pushed back by some of these ugly scumbags. Worthless trash. So, yeah. I noticed there's those other things. They're just everywhere. Huh? Yeah, we noticed that they're everywhere, actually. There's some over there, up on that mountain area. There's some here. We saw some in the river area and on the other side. We're guessing that they're everywhere. There's really nowhere else they could else be. It's impossible. Why would... I just thought there's mostly those demons in the main area. He proceeded to be confused. What the hell? What's going on? I thought the demons were all just a coincidence that they rounded up a couple of demons in the main area. I didn't think they rounded up that much. Or anything, I just thought that was not... They just was there by convention. But this is a lot more coordinated than it seems. These goddamn demons, they're working for them. Or working alongside them. Alongside who? The villains. They're actually demons, as Kirishima said, pointing towards the dead bodies. He said, the sustained bodies of demons that they forcefully had to exterminate. Yeah. Bakugo seeing one move. He proceeded to rise up. He proceeded to immediately cut his head off as the body proceeded to disintegrate. Let me give you your first lesson on demons, as Bakugo said. The one thing about a demon you need to know, and the only thing you need to know, they don't stop until they're destroyed. It's one thing about them. It's either you or them. There is no middle or equal ground. They have one thing on their mind, is to kill everything on sight. One thing. Kill, power, desire, hunger. So all that matters to them. Even more, their main desires are always power, things like that. So, you don't bother trying to begrudgingly try to get along with one. You execute it immediately. Kind of crazy. Do we really need to execute these guys? Yes, Sparta says. Do you want to end up as chow food? Because if you do, I can gladly allow you to. See, I know a lot about demons, says Christian says. Sparta went quiet. Let's just say I had a interesting run-in with a couple of times. Sparta walked away, leaving them. Hey, wait up! As Christian followed alongside her. So we're gonna get the others? Why the fuck would I want to do that? Our classmates. So, they can't handle some fodder villains. That's understandable. And even worse is they can't handle those lower tier demons. They can't even try to become heroes. That's kind of cruel, don't you think? Look, this is a world where we live with villains. Villains who wouldn't stop at a heartbeat to kill people. You have to understand. They don't care about us. They don't care about anything else but doing what they want. And if you can't fight back against them, oh well. And demons are worst. They're just beasts. If they can't fight those two things, don't even try to be a hero. Lagos will continue walking. Make pretty good points, as Kirsten Mississippi says. They proceed to follow him. They proceed to feel a large pressure hit for a moment, turning to see the main area. As they saw smoke and debris, seemingly coming from Izuku's fight with the Nomu. The nurse fighting a hideous abomination. Let's go. As Bakugo said, as the trio make their way towards the main plaza. Flashback end. So they were everywhere, All Might simply said. Yes, what I heard from Kaminari. That charged lightning bolt buddy. That charged lightning bolt guy. There are demons also on that mountain. So they're very likely of two things. One, these demons somehow found their way on their own to the USJ. Most unlikely, because demons can't really figure out a way to get into the human world. They'll need to have a Hellgate, or figure out a way to get to the demon world with enough power. And none of them on their own can do that. Or two, someone allowed them in. And they're working with somebody. And being led by someone else. All Might perceives to scratch his chin. Questionable at best. But it's more of the bigger sound theory. A lot more based. Yeah, Izuku says that's nice and all. Or it's not really nice. But what about that thing I was fighting? Shiraraki called it the Nomu. What about that thing? Because to what I've sensed out and Drake sensed, it's not really supernatural or it's a demon. All my stuff aside, that's the thing that mainly concerns me. It's biologically engineered. The two proceeded to understand naughty. We got that part. The way it was moving, sometimes it felt like it was dead, but other times it felt alive. It didn't have a will of its own, but just alive enough to react. So we traced it, Omaisup says. We tested it, and it was shown that it had a bunch of quirks. 2 proceeded to blink. Quirks? Like, how many? 4, 5. Oh, my super said. One of the bigger ones was the strength. It's a quirk. A very powerful one at that. Almost close in comparison to my strength. So shockwave quirk, they can absorb shockwaves. There's an absorb any blow that you can do. Another quirk is regeneration. A healing quirk that can heal any wound. The next one was a sensory quirk, where you can sense things around it. First, it's 360 view. And the last one, says, I'm not sure, but it had a low, weak, very weak energy manipulation quirk. This is proceed to be weird. I don't know about you, but that should be impossible. How does one thing, even though it's engineered, possibly have more than one quirk? It shouldn't even be possible. That thing isn't even human. About that, all my super said, it is, or it was human. The 2 were shocked that thing was human. Was, Baka says. So someone changed it. But who the fuck would do that? I have a pretty good guess. But that needs to be explained another day. What's your guess? Just tell us, because from what I can remember, that should be impossible to somehow give somebody multiple quirks or a thing. The only thing I can say that has some sort of weird ability would be one for all. On my side, there's no point trying to avoid it. He looked at Midoriya and Koski and Super said, for you to understand the whole situation that we're in right now, you need to understand what one for all is, where it's been, and where it came from. For that, I need to explain its origins and the one who created it. A man named All for One. All for One, Izuku said. That name, as Baka said, it feels off. It's like hearing it doesn't feel right. All my super said, yeah. All for One was once a normal man growing up before waking of quirks. He lived pretty relatively. And then when quirks came along, things changed. He had a brother, a younger one. But seemingly All for One had an ability, a weird ability to phenomenon of quirks, even to quirks by standards that should literally be impossible. All for One had the ability to take or steal quirks, with the other ability of giving. Izuku and Kasi's eyes widening. You mean that he can just take and give quirks? Alma nodded. Yes. He can just take and give quirks on his own command, in his own will. He can do whatever he wants. Before he knew it, he desired one thing, to be an emperor, a god. Before he knew, he was growing his own army. He proceeded to give quirks to those who had weaker quirks, an alliance for them to work for him and under him. And then he was still quirks that were useful to him and him alone, powerful to that. And then time went on. But one thing was different with him and his brother. His brother didn't have a quirk. He was quirkless. Izuku being shocked. He was quirkless? So the man wanted to give him a quirk also. I don't know in what type of weird love or some sort of way of wanting to get his brother to join his cause. I'm not sure, to be honest. He proceeded to bestow a quirk on him forcefully. And he did. It was a stockpiling quirk that stockpiled energy, all kinds. Physical, mental, doesn't really matter. But unknown to the older brother, the younger brother did have a quirk. It was a quirk that can transfer to the other. Together, these two quirks combine into one, forming one for all. Izuku proceeded to blink. That's the origins of one for all? Not so long ago, I faced him. 5 years ago. My master died by his hands. She bestowed me the quirk of one for all upon to me. And then I took the mantle of All Might, and I defeated him. I thought that I had killed him. Or, if he wasn't dead, damaged him enough to where he couldn't do anything else. So he would die of his wounds over time. But he also gave me a wound similar that cost me my career. And then that was it. But I was wrong. I knew that he wouldn't stay down for too long. I just had a feeling. When I heard the fact that this abomination, this thing can use multiple quirks at once, simultaneously. I knew he had some sort of connection to it, but I didn't know what. But this Tomoro, or boy, he seems to be been taken under Alphonse's liege. Great, Bakugo says. Perfect. So now we have some sort of ancient overlord who's probably lived for 200 years, working with what? Demons? Pretty much. And something interesting I also noticed. They also found unknown blood. It didn't match any human blood. It didn't match anything living either on Earth. The blood was foreign. So foreign, in fact, we can't even know what it is. Izuku simply narrowed his eyes. It's probably demon blood. All my procedures simply nod. Probably a simple piece of said. That's my guess when I first thought about it. But one thing that I always knew about All for One, he was always infatuated with the tale of Sparta. That's all I can really know. My master knew about this also, with my teacher. He was always fascinated by the tale of Sparta, a demon who took on the demon lord with his tremendous power and seemingly defeated him, sealing away the two worlds. With the Ten grew, as All Might simply said. He was always factoring with that. The very fact that a demon did that with its power. Another one of his goals that I noticed was to gain the power of Sparta. That was one of his other goals. Oh, perfect, Bacchus says. A 200-year-old maniac that wants the power of Sparta. So he could be working with demons. Or Issei could be working with him, allowing him to get demons and using them for his weird experiments. I may proceed to nod. Perhaps. Maybe. But he's not alone. Hawthorne has a really big hold on the underworld of villains in general. And seemingly how he has a pretty big hold on villains and now a hold on the demon realm. I wouldn't be surprised somehow if he had a grasp and hold on the supernatural as well. You really think it reaches that far? As Bacchus asked. Knowing him, yes. I've even fought some those who've worked with him within the supernatural. He's also aware of them as well. He's no fool. He's worked alongside them. I had to deal with them a couple of times. Even in my younger career, they said how the Dark Lord would rule over once again. Zuko proceeded to narrow his eyes. The Dark Lord. Well, that's just perfect. So he has a hand in all three. Demons, villains, and supernatural. Perfect. Just perfect. So, yeah, oh my, how do we stop this guy? I might proceed to subside. To be honest, young ones, I'm not sure. I did enough damage to incapacitate, and enough damage to seemingly put him down for a decent while, almost a decade. But with his new comeback, he might be on the rise. But surprisingly, he's not been doing things on his own, or things up front like he used to be. It seems like he's more molding this boy into his successor. The way that we had Tomo Shiraki talked, he said that he was being overshadowed by Issei. Of course. Your cousin, a blood Sparta. I wouldn't be surprised if his end goal was to capture the power of Sparta. Desire for himself. All that power flowing through his veins. It would be something his ultimate goal. Huh, Zuko said. Well, what do we do about that now? He seemingly exists in all three worlds, so what do we do? We keep an eye out for more suspicious activities from the League of Villains. That's what they call themselves. Yeah, the League of Villains, that's what they call themselves. Zuko sighed. This is perfect. Great. Yeah, Bacchus said. Real great. Now we have a guy that's so elusive that All Might can't even beat. And seemingly he's involved with the supernatural and demons. Perfect. I don't even want to know what else he can do. And now, at worst, he can steal quirks? Yeah, no. Well, since we are upper training, am I right? Yes. You have to make sure you master all your powers, not just one for all. Yeah, me and Dre's been working on mastering boosted gear. Yes, and now that you achieve Balance Breaker, we can truly up the scale of your training. As Dre simply responded. Yeah. Yeah, now we have to do the most important question. Are we sure about this whole sports festival thing? Because how do we know they're not going to attack us right in the middle of that? We don't. But our best option is to show that we haven't been brought down by this inconvenience, all my sister said. To show the world that we are still standing and that we are here. So you two might up your training, because you're not just going to be dealing with other students from the other classes, but you're going to be showing the villains that you have not lost your faith in yourselves and in the hero community. That's more than great, Zuxi says. Yeah, Bakus said. So up to training it is. You better get stronger, nerd, as Bakus says. Because if you don't, Bakus and Izuku, I'll crush you. Wow, Izuku said. I feel so threatened. Izuku smiled. I think you should be more worried about the fact that I now have 2 aces up my sleeve. My Devil Trigger and my Balance Breaker. What are you gonna do about that? We'll see. I have some new techniques I want to work on. Should give you a good wham to the head. It should give me the victory. All my simply chuckled and laughed. I see you young ones. So full of life. So full of life and strong. Yes, grow strong, as All Might simply said. You're gonna need it. Simply nodded. Yeah, thanks. That's a symbol of peace. Smiled. Well, it was nice, but I'm afraid I had to cut this conversation to an end. Yeah. Well, we'll see you around, All Might. All Might people nod, understanding. You guys are Midori. I'll see you around. As a symbol of peace preceding a lot of them out, Suzuki walked out, looking out, closing the door behind him. Bakugo was grabbing his shoulder. Alright, nerd. Now you have a bigger problem and a bigger thing that we need to focus on. What's that? We need to train like hell. If what All Might really said was true about this all-for-one guy, he's not just a big threat. He's a bigger threat than we really thought. He's not just a danger to the U.S. community of the human world. He's a danger to everything, the whole balance of everything. So we have to be careful. And especially keeping an eye out, because if he does have hands in both the human, supernatural, and the demon realm, or world, whatever it is, we have to keep an eye out. Because I'm sure he's watching, waiting, and planning. So we need to get as strong as we can. Yes, as Drake simply said, we do. Because if not, you're going to be very massively outclassed. This is a bigger threat than we realized. A much bigger threat. This threat of this all-for-one seems more of a beast hovering over, waiting to strike. Yeah, really, it is. As the two proceeded to head back to their classmates, lunch came to an end and the school continued. As class continued, Aizawa proceeded to give them a briefing. Well, I'll be advising you to train hardly. You've all recovered from a villain attack. Good. They can see your will still strong and burning brightly. But, as he said, don't allow that to affect you. You're still hero students. And you need to stay strong. And if you can't, then there's no bothering trying to continue this role and this dream that you're chasing. As he said. Now, for more important information, we have the UA Sports Festival in a week. Media proceeded to raise her hand, proceeding to ask, "Are you sure about this with the sports festival? Aren't you not worried that they're going, the villains are going to try to infiltrate the whole sports festival?" As I also said, it's necessary, and we need to show that we can actually stand up on our own 2 feet. We had a pretty big blow, and the hero communities gets kind of up and worried. Now more than ever, we need to show that we're still strong and that we can still fight. So this is the best way we can do it. She proceeded not understanding. El Chaco says, "So we have a week to get ready for this?" Yep. And also, advice, as also says, train hard. Because the UA Sports Festival is not just a whole thing of allowing the world to see our strength. It's also a key gateway for other students to enter the hero course. So, if you all want to stay in the hero course, if I were you, I would train your asses off. Because if you lose, you will be removed from the hero course and put into general studies. Each of them proceeding to become serious. None of them wanted to lose their hero course placings. Well, that's all I can do for y'all today. As I also says, that's all I have for y'all. Train hard and get ready. This is going to be a big thing for y'all. As it's all proceeding to make their way out, this is when I'm going to proceed to pop the question that was on everybody's heads in the back of their minds. Sensei Aizawa, as he simply asked, "I don't want to be the bummer, but what about the demons? We can't really calculate what they're doing, nor can we calculate when they really just appear. They just kind of pop out of nowhere." Aizawa simply stopped, proceeded to look back to his class. "I'll tell you this. We might not know much about them, but what we do know is that they are formidable. And we might have to do extra training for you guys to actually counteract these guys. They're not human. If anything, they're more animal than anything else. So we're going to have to make a special class just for demons." So why Principal Nezu is looking at more information on demons in general. Going through all records to show. He wants us to be prepared. So, for all of you who has any information on demons, or has a just general battle, get a little bit more information on them, give them to your classmates, because they're going to need it. And don't allow this to scare you. It's okay to be scared. I can understand that. But as heroes, we need to stand and rise above this. Don't let this shake your will. Because this is part of the job of a hero. He simply left leaving the class behind. Ida seemed to say, "He's right. We can't allow this to shake us. We are heroes in training. We must rise to the occasion." Baco simply put on his bag on his shoulders. Yeah, whatever. As he proceeded to open the door, as they were proceeding to make their way towards the door, they found themselves with other students looking at them. with glares and intense aura around the area. This combination says, "What are they all doing here?" He's talking at the competition. Baka said. You proceed to continue walking forward. It doesn't matter what you shitty extras can do. I'll make it through the top and I'll win. Really, as one blonde said. His blonde hair and blue eyes with a cocky like smirk on his face. I like to believe that. You trash class 1A or something else. Always so overconfident and cocky. Just because you want to get up against a few villains. Well, we of class 1B will show you that class 1A is not the only one who can face villains and survive. We of class 1B will show you that we are superior. Yeah, whatever, Baka says. Move out of my way, extras. You proceed to make a line, making their way out. Izuku proceeds to follow along. As Uraraka says, "Wow, there's a lot of people here. They really are just telling the competition." He did proceed to agree. Yes, what Baka said was right. They are scouting out. I have to admit, they must have formidable quirks, but probably not enough to get them into the hero course. Stopping to sing, Izuku seeing one boy in the back, shaggy purple hair with insomniac-like eye bags underneath. Izuku proceeded to look, being kind of weirded off. As he proceeded to continue walking with his classmates. They continued making their way forward as Izuku proceeded to separate from them. Well, it's where we separate, guys. I'll be off. I got club activities for the day. Uraraka proceeded to nod, understanding. Alright, say hi to Akane and Rias for us. Yeah, I will. And Asia too, as Uraraka says. Will do. Izuku proceeded to make his way to the club. On his way there, he saw that boy again. The insomniac one. Looking at him. Izuku stopped and looking at him and simply asking, who are you? The boy simply says, I'm just looking. Proceed to walk forward. You don't look like much, as he simply said. But I can tell. You feel different. Proceed to give him a look over. No matter. I'll beat you anyways. Izuku proceeded to blink once and twice. Huh? He stopped and turned towards him. Doesn't matter how strong you are, I'll beat you. And then, I'll take that spot in your class. He proceeded to walk away, leaving. Izuku was more than now confused. I guess this is a lot for people. This is when Kiba proceeded to walk beside him. Any troubles? No, I'm good. Kiba proceeded to smile. It's alright to say you got some troubles. Nah, I'm fine. It's just that new things popped up. Becoming a bit more apparent more than ever. Kiba proceeded to nod, understanding. So, you ready for a sports festival? I simply asked. Kind of. I'm excited and nervous at the same time. Really? Why is that? Well, I like to show off more of my strength, improve my techniques, the usual. Also that underlying fear. Fear, of failing, losing. I know I shouldn't be worried about that, but then there's more. More at stake here. It's just, people who watch the sports festival, There's also villains watching. And even the supernatural watch the sports festival, am I right? Keep it seeing a nod. Yeah. Supernatural watches the sports festival every year to see the roster of humans, see which is the strongest, and if can, spat out new Pierce members for the Devils. Huh. Yeah. Now, one more is added. Demons. They could be watching as well. Yes, they could. They could be watching. But you're not gonna let that stop you, are you? As you can see with the Kiba. No, I'm not. They arrived at the club. As Rhea was doing papers, she proceeded to look up. There you guys are. You arrived. Good. So, as you said, what's going on? We have some uninvited guest. Huh? What's happening? Well, in the border of our territory, as Akano says, we spotted some members of the church. As you can proceed to blink, wondering, members of the church? Why? Well, we're not sure really. But they assigned a meeting with us for something. When's the meeting? In a few minutes, as Rhea said. As you can proceed to blink. Oh. Well, that's something. Yes, as Rhea said. It is something. So, this has been a really weird week, as Zuko said to himself. Drake proceeded to respond. Yes. One thing after another. First, your hero training starts. Then you're attacked by villains and demons. Now members of the church has come to your school. Very interesting. Interesting things going on in Mustafu. Mustafa. Interesting partner. Yeah. Mustafa's becoming pretty popular with activity. As they proceeded to say. As they proceeded to stand ready, staying by as the church members finally arrived. They proceeded to be covered in white robes. One of them holding a katana, and another holding a large sword that's wrapped within bandages. The two will simply stand as the two groups would proceed to have a tension in the air. As the two would take off the robe on their heads, as revealing their faces. Just a blue-haired girl with a green strand in her hair, green highlight, with golden-like brown eyes. And another girl with chestnut hair with amethyst-like purple eyes that were done in pigtails. The chestnut looked kind of familiar. It's like he couldn't put his finger on it, though. They are from somewhere. I think I know her, as it could be thought. But where? I can't put my finger on it. As the blue-haired girls speak, Grimori, exorcist, as recently responded, he demanded a meeting with us. Yes, she simply said. We will demand a meeting with you for a few reasons. Okay? State your business. He wants to ask you to see about something that's been going on recently with the church. As she simply said, and we want you to stay out of it. Huh? She proceeded to narrow her eyes, wondering, what do you mean? There's been things going on with the church that's been bigger. Do you know the tale of Excalibur? Keep his eyes widening as he become very serious. Because as immediately the fool becoming more on edge than anything else. Izuku proceeded to wonder. Excalibur? Yes, a holy relic, like Akinosuke said. The sword that was shattered in the war. In the Great War. And split into smaller pieces. Huh. Weird. What about it? As Ryusuke says. Well, there's some events going on with the fallen angels that have been trying to acquire a piece of Excalibur. And we want you to stay out of it. This is church matters, and we'll be handling it. Rios proceeded to glare, but this is our territory. Me and Sona take care of it. Everyone and everything in this territory belongs. It's under our care. It doesn't matter. This is church matters only. We only do this for the very fact that we do not want to quarrel with you within battle. Rios super scowled. As she super sighed. Fine. I'll give you permission. Izuku proceeded to blink. You just gonna allow them to go around? It's not really a choice, Kiba simply said. As he simply looked, Kiba's voice sounded really hostile. His voice needs to be done. As Rhea simply scowled. But know this, if any humans under protection of the Grand Marie clan and the Seat Tree clan get hurt, we'll be putting the responsibilities on you. Do you get this? She proceeded to understand. Yes, we do. Keep us up scowling. As he proceeded to make his way forward, as immediately Reese proceeded to give him a look, as he proceeded to take a step back, proceeding to snarl for a moment. Zuki proceeded to blink, looking at the two swords within their hands. They proceeded to leave, leaving through the door. Zuki proceeded to blink. Okay. What's going on? Now the tension in the room has kind of dropped a little bit. Cuba simply walked off, leaving as he proceeded to go cool off. And I don't know about y'all, but what the hell's up with Kiba? Costi proceeded to enter the room, proceeding to look. Yeah, what's up with a pretty face? He seems more on edge. And I never really seen him like that. Reese proceeded to sigh. Just things about his past has come up again. About Kiba's past, Izuku said. Yes. Does that have something to do with that Excalibur thing? Yes, mostly. It does. Excalibur, Bakugo says. You mean that thing from the tales about King Arthur and the sword? Hawker proceeded to nod. Yes, that Excalibur. More importantly, it's a real thing. Bakugo said. Okay then. What about the blade? Well, Zuko says, seemingly they're looking for its pieces. Its pieces? What do you mean by that? Isn't a Excalibur supposed to be stuck in a stupid stone or something like that? Well, yeah. To understand this and keep us connection to it, Reese beside, we need to explain to you what happened with Excalibur in the Great War. So, as Reese proceeds to explain, Excalibur, as we all know, and a little bit of the tale that you know about it, was a powerful sword. And yes, once upon a time, it was stuck in a rock by the previous king of King Arthur, his father. But after King Arthur proceeded to come onto the throne, the Great War happened. And in the Great War, the sword was shattered into several pieces. And throughout the church, the sword pieces has been repaired and transformed into smaller variants, to where the swords are now different, but still hold a piece of Excalibur that was once the mighty sword. And these pieces are, more in fact, powerful. Only a exorcist or a highly powerful holy person can wield these blades. The Duke proceeded to blink. Huh. Okay, so it was shattered through the Great War, spread into several pieces. Like what? How many? But I guess it's 10 or 20, as Ray Super said. Damn. That thing pretty much shattered pretty big. Okay, what does that got to do with Kiba, though? She super sighed. There was a program with the church. These were days where the church wasn't really pure. The church gathered orphans that were loners, and they used them for experiments to wield the holy swords. All died, and Kiba was the only one that remained. The only one that survived. Izuku proceeded to be so shocked. So you're telling me that they experimented on them? They're all gone. Just like that. She proceeded to nod. Oh, hell no, Izuku said. And we're just supposed to take that? And those two just came in and expected to sit down and just allow it to happen. She super sighed. It's not what we need, but we have no choice. Are we kidding right now, Izuku said. This is just getting bigger and bigger. Baka scowled. Now I think about it, just bigger problems coming up ahead. So, there are now big problems. There are holy relics out there, seemingly in pieces, within the city. And 2 exorcists came in to say we can't interfere. Villains attacked UA with freaking demons. And a bigger problem is another problem on top of that as well. What the hell? Izuku said, scowling. Like, really? This problem can't get any worse. Like, what is going on? This week is going to get even more bigger. And on top of that, the UA Sports Festival is in a week. What's going on? Risa beside. It's a lot. UA with attack upon UA. Demons popping up. And then the UA Sports Festival is Risa beside. All these things that needs to be done. I need to take care of them. And even worse, the fact that demons actually entered the human realm after 500 years. She sipped aside. It's just not good. Rias, as Izuku asked, I need to know. We can't just allow this to happen. If there's a problem going on within our territory, we need to deal with it. We can't just let two exorcists just go around collecting this sword relic. If you say this sword is as powerful as I think it is, you can compare it to one of the legendary swords that Sparta made. And that's not really a very nice thing to know. Because those swords are powerful. And I think you know just by experience, Rias. You've seen me train with Rebellion. She simply nodded. I understand, but we can't do anything about it. We made an agreement with them. We're going to stay out of it. Why? If this is bigger than we think it is, we're not talking about this anymore, Izuku, as she said. It's final. Izuku scowled. Oh, yes, Bucho. Izuku and Kasi proceeded to leave, heading home. This was already bad enough as the sun proceeded to set. Izuku scowled. Great. Just perfect. This is everything we need to know. So, as Bako said, when are they going to come? The others? I don't know. Ever since they moved in, it's been weird. They even upgraded the house. Looking at the new mansion. And now that they've seemingly upgraded to being bigger than originally stated. You see this sigh. Yeah. Not long ago, you just barely entered the supernatural and knowing about demons. You be a damn fire chicken, and you roasted him alive and good. Well, yeah. I was strong enough to beat him. Beat him luckily with Drake's help. I only got to use that balance breaker, that overboost for a short 10 seconds, as you said. But I was lucky one. And luckily, Rebellion's strong enough to slay devils, too. So, bonus. They proceeded to enter the house, as immediately something seemed off. The two entering and seeing the exorcists in the house. Izuku proceeded to blink, his teal green eyes blinking once and twice. What the hell's going on? Izuku said, asking, seeing the question that was on everyone's mind. Rias and the others proceeded to arrive, as simply the chestnut girl pursues. What are you guys doing here? Bakugo was scowling. The real question is, what are you doing here? And what the hell are you doing in my house? As Bakugo scowled. Mitsubishi slapped the boy upon the back of the head. Shut up, as she said. You need to be rude to them. They are staying for a while. They have business stuff to tend to here. Izuku proceeded to blink. What? You're kidding me. Why? This is confusing already. Izuku scowled. It's gotta be kidding me. She look. Now, it's not no way to treat a childhood friend, is that, Izuku? What are you talking about? Mitsubishi scowl. What, you don't remember Arena? Izuku seemed shocked. Arena? I haven't seen Arena in a long time. Izuku said, looking at the chestnut girl again. The chestnut girl being surprised. Wait, Izuku? You look different. So different. I could barely recognize you. Izuku proceeded to blink, looking confused. Arena. Wait. Izuku proceeded to remember. Remembering being Arena. The one that used to come all the time to their backyard, playing and training with them with swordplay. Him and Koski, Arena, and Issei. Izuku proceeded to be shocked. You're not that same Arena Shido, are you? Arena proceeded to smile. Yep. Same Irina Shippy that you remember. No way, Izuku said. Wait, then you're... Psina looked down at her bountiful chest. Izuku was shocked. You're a girl? Izuku was shocked. Psina looked confused, being embarrassed. What, you never knew? As Izuku said, no, I never knew. I thought you were a guy. Bakugo scowling. You're so stupid. Bakugo said, what? Wait, you knew too? Yeah, duh. You and Issa never knew, but I did. I wasn't so stupid like you were. How? When we were younger, you looked more like a boy than anything else. I thought you were a guy. Oh, Izuku. Just shame that you think of me as a guy. Well, to be honest, Bakugo said, I can't really blame him. He did wear more guy clothes when you were younger. Well, true. I was more of a tomboy back then, wasn't I? Serena said, oh, this is so adorable. But as Mississippi said, wait right here. I'll get the album book. Huh? The two boys proceeded to be shocked. Hey, hag, don't need to get that book. As Bakugo proceeded to go after her immediately. Whoa. As Basara proceeded to chuckle. Wow, look at you, Irina. You've grown. So long ago that you were just a wee, small little one. Both you, Izuku, and Koski. You all have grown. Right in front of my eyes. The man proceeded to have small tears from his face. Uncle? Are you crying? Izuku was being shocked. No, it's just some dust in my eye. Let me go get the photo. Let me go get the camera. Izuku was shocked. Proceeded to blink. What the hell? No way. Oh, come on. Izuku proceeded to blink. As Missy proceeded to bring up the album book, the photo album book, Rios proceeded to say, well, I wouldn't mind seeing Koski and Izuku as young children. Me neither, as Akano said. Whoa. Hold on. Well, we can talk about this. As Izuku and Koski's baby photos were shown, Izuku proceeded to scowl. Did you really have to show these photos? Missy said, oh, shush. The original photocopy of yours was destroyed, but luckily Inko gave me a spare so we can both share. And there you were, you and Koski, you with Issei. Look at you three, so happy, young, and so small. Now you both are grown. Oh, my sweet boys. She proceeded to pull the boys in a hug. Izuku proceeded to say, Auntie, please. Not now. Proceeded to squeeze him tighter. Come on, old hag. Release me. I think I should get her to get dinner ready. You guys just get ready. It's almost time to eat. Hey. Bruce proceeded to say, to the back. All of them proceeded to head towards the backyard. Immediately, as the two groups proceeded to stand separate. So, as Uranus says, you're here. Yeah. Even more. Bigger question is, now you're here, Zuxup Scout. You're also working for the church. Yeah, I am. So you really went with that whole church thing. I thought your parents were kind of crazy for the church when we were younger. To be honest, I kind of see it now. Baga's glaring. Well, yeah. Well, if you wouldn't mind, I want to see a demonstration of Spar for Red Dragon. You can ask. Zenobia simply said, "Who are you?" Azuka simply said, "I am Zenobia Quartz. I am the wielder of Durandal." Oh, okay. I wouldn't mind. Kiba simply said, "Back off. This one's mine." He proceeded to appear out of nowhere, or as he proceeded to walk forward, uh, proceeded to look. Izuku became confused. "Kiba, you good?" Kiba proceeded to look at Izuku, being more annoyed than anything else. But he proceeded to give Izuku a smile. Still of his gentle nature. "Yeah, I'm fine." He proceeded to look forward, glaring at Zenobia. "You wouldn't mind if you take the other extras with you?" Izuku proceeded to nod. "Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Go for it, Kiba. I trust in you. I trust you, man." As Izuku smiled, Kiba proceeded to nod, understanding. "Thanks again, Izuku, for allowing me this." Kiba, as Reese said, "I'm sorry, Busho," as Kiba said, "if you allow me to have this." Reese simply sighed. "Fine, I'll allow you to have this. But I want nothing lethal." Kiba proceeded to summon a sword. A simple bamboo stick. As he decided, "Alright then, let's go." Shinobi proceeded to pull out a piece of Excalibur, but nothing too threatening. I won't really need to pull his display out of the sheath. Kiba being really mostly annoyed. "Alright then, fine." He proceeded to pull out a blade, his holy eraser, a blade that can absorb light. As he proceeded to pull it out, this is the holy eraser, a blade that can absorb light, and especially your holy energy. As he keeps scowled, "I'll make sure those blades will be able to for the church to use." Zenobia scowled. "Right, you're Yudo Kiba. Am I correct? A failed experiment of the church. It's a shame that you couldn't really couldn't really do what you needed to do." Izuku be looking as she proceeded to look towards seeing Asia. "And you're the nun, the one who fell. What a shame." She simply said, one of the most worshipped by God. Worshipped that God. Now, you're a devil. Pitiful." Izuku now being annoyed. Alright. I had enough of that. Watch your mouth what you say about Asia. As Bakugo scowled. "Alright, bitch." As his hands started to pop. "What the fuck did you say about my little sister?" He simply snarled as baring Rick's teeth. "It doesn't matter." As Kiba scowled. "Your fights with me." As he proceeded to rush forward, clashing with her. She proceeded to pull out to counter his attack. I have to admit, he had good skills. As she proceeded to swing her blade, Kiba proceeded to counter her strike with a little bit of struggle, but minimum effort. They proceeded to go back and forth as Izuku proceeded to scowl. "Hey, what's up with your friend?" as Izuku said. "She insulted Asia." "I'm sorry about that," as Arena said. "She's a bit serious and well dedicated. And really dedicated to what she does." "Well, yeah, I don't know. But it pissed me off. Don't mind me if I pull out that stress onto you." "Yeah, sure, why not?" As she seemed to pull out about her Excalibur mimicking a small katana. "Let's go." Izuku kept scowling. "Alright then. I'll come at you then." It was a shameful that one of my close childhood friends is a demon, is a devil. Oh God. Please forgive me for what I'm about to do. Izuku proceeded to scowl. Whatever. He proceeded to pull out Ivory as he proceeded to shoot at her. She immediately proceeded to counter, cutting the bullets in half. A gun? Really, Izuku? I thought you had a little bit more taste than a gun. What? Izuku said cockily. I never really good at gun shooting. I'm pretty good at gunsmithing. I'm not gonna lie. I do well with guns. He proceeded to rush forward as he proceeded to shoot at her. She proceeded to counter every one of his shots, cutting his bullets or either dodging out the way or generally just moving closer towards him. Izuku proceeded to dodge her swings. Some of them catching him, cutting his clothes, or others nicking his silver, like white with highlighted green hair. As he simply jumped back, proceeding to glare, pulling up with a rebellion as the blade was summoned. She proceeded to look shocked. Is that? He proceeded to rush forward at high speed. As he proceeded to swing down, she proceeded to counter him as the shockwave would crack upon the ground. That's the rebellion. How? How did you have a sword like that? Izuku smiled. I don't know if you know me about this. But as he proceeded to kicking her away as he saying, well, should I tell you or should I not? She proceeded to thrust her blade forward. Izuku proceeded parrying it with rebellion as they proceeded to clash again. I thought you just saw a dragon, but how are you wielding the rebellion? Is it the boosted gear? Izuku summoned the boosted gear, summoning it and proceeding to use boost as Drake spoke. As Izuku swung his blade, as she proceeded to jump back flipping as Izuku said, no, not because of Drake. Something else, though. Give you 2 more tries. She proceeded to run forward as they simply clashed again. Okay. Maybe. She simply looked as then she proceeded to jump, counter, try to go for his legs, sweeping his legs. Izuku proceeded to allow her to sweep his legs, but using his hands, proceeded to kick her back as she proceeded to get hit, flinging back as she flipped to catch herself. Maybe the sword maybe chose you, but it's a demonic sword in nature. But still, devil and demonic swords don't really go very well. Not all devils can wield a demonic sword like that, especially when it's powerful as a rebellion. I'm sure of your answers, and I'm bored. I'll just tell you straightforward. If you didn't know, I am a son of Sparta. She proceeded to be shocked. You're a son of Sparta? Yep, a relative. I am a relative of Dante, my great-great-grandfather. Why I look like him, and I'm also the great-great-great-grandson of Sparta. That's shocking, right? And also, I am the great-great-great-great-great-nephew of Nero, son of Sparta, and great-great-great-great-great nephew of Virgil. So, yeah. Shocking, right? That's weird. So was Issei then. Izuku said he went quiet. Yeah. So was Issei. He proceeded to rush forward, boosting again. Boost! Reappearing behind her. They're swinging his blade, swinging rebellion as she proceeded to jump horizontally, standing upon the blade, proceeding to point her blade towards him. Back to the mid. You're good, but you lack a little bit. Yeah, I've kind of gone AWOL for a bit, you know, the sword, the sword play. I recently just got back into it, still remember all my moves. But she proceeded fizzling her stomach, looking down to see I've seen Ebery at her stomach. You kind of need to watch out. And that's jackpot. She simply chuckled. You still use that phrase when you were younger. Yeah, it's jackpot. I love that phrase. But you still hate it, don't you? Yeah, I do. It doesn't really make any sense. I don't know. It makes sense for me. Kind of just rolls off the tongue. And it has meaning, too. She proceeded to jump off the blade as Speaks looking at him. She proceeded to notice. I noticed something. Where's Issei? She said. Izuku proceeded to go quiet. About that, Izuku said. Proceeding to hold the blade tightly. He sighed as proceeding to unwrap his other arm, showing her his demonic arm. How it proceeded to glow red like orange. Flashing between red and orange. This is what I got, well, a long while ago. More likely when I was younger. It was after you left for Europe. How did you, she said, proceeding to look at the arm. It was an incident. Maybe a few months after you left. He proceeded to sigh. As he proceeded to speak, demons entered the human world. And they attacked our home. It was at Issei's house that day. Me and Issei. Or more like we were really at their house. We were at the old house. You know, we were there. It was a normal day. And then it just went to hell. There's fire, screaming, demons. Mom put me in the closet. Levant, Himeki telling me to stay there. I didn't really do that. I tried going to go find them. There they were, dead. Dad and Uncle were there. He proceeded to sigh. Uncle Miss, they died, protecting me from demons. And did he say? He died. That's just, he simply said. She proceeded to be shocked. Quiet went throughout the area. Kiba and Zenobia's fight stopped, listening to this tale. When it was all over, everything was burned. Ash covered everything. The only thing that I was, well, near that red chest where rebellion was in Every and Ivory with my great-grandfather Dante stuff. Great-grandfather Dante stuff, and, well, the rest is history, as Izuku said. And ever since then, I was with Koski. My arm changed. Not long after, a year ago, I awakened my powers, met All Might, and kind of just got in the way, and things just happened. Issei's dead? Izuku proceeded to go quiet. Yeah. Yeah, he's dead. She was shocked. So she started to cook down her face. Yeah, you weren't told about this. After you went to Europe, you lost connection with contact with you. So we didn't really know how to figure a way to tell you. So, yeah. So she started cooking down her face. She started shivering as Zuko walked forward, proceeding to put her belly on his back. Proceeded to look at her as proceeded to pull her into a hug. I'm sorry. I didn't get the chance to tell him. Yeah, I know. You won't get the chance to tell him how you feel. I understand that. He's gone. He simply allowed the moment to go, as the moment was quiet. It was a quiet, tense moment. He never proceeded to allow her friend to grieve. And it's the very fact that Kiba proceeded to remember that he wasn't the only one suffering. Zuko also lost everything. Family. His cousin, who was more like a brother to anything else. He proceeded to look toward Genovia as Sippy's stopping. We'll continue this later. As Genovia proceeded to say, true. We must be on our way, as Giuseppe said. Okay, then. As Giuseppe proceeds, you alright? I'm fine. As Irina proceeded to look a little bit more quieter. But I should be fine. I'll live on for Issei. Keep doing God's work. Yeah, live on for him. Really. We also do want to tell you one more thing that we didn't tell you about the whole Excalibur thing. It's a lot bigger than you really think about it. We just proceed to listen in. What about it? It's not just some random person collecting the blades. We suspect it's Kokobile collecting them. And there's a high chance he probably is collecting the blades. For whatever reason, we're not sure. Kokobile, as Zuko said. Who's Kokobile? Fallen cadre, as Arias simply said. A general of the fallen angels. That's crazy. Why would he want to cut the blade? We don't know. But for a reason, we need you to stay out of it. As Irina simply said, I know, this is your territory. I'm sorry, but this is what needs to be done. She simply understood and nod. You ever will, then go. She simply smiled. Tell Auntie we said hi. We have to leave. We'll be back later. Understanding and nodding as they allowing them to leave. Zuko simply looked away. Baka walking forward, but just beside him. You sure that was a wise choice, allowing her to think that he was dead? Yeah. It's a lot better than telling her that he might be working for villains. What do you mean? As Ryusuke said. Bago and him went quiet as Kiba proceeded to be in the corner, proceeding to lean on the wall. He proceeded to look towards Kiba. He proceeded to say, well, we were at the USJ. We learned some new information, Zuxip said. Ryusuke looked questionably. Okay. The demons entering the human world wasn't random. It was planned. And I suggest, and I hypothesize that Issei might be alive. Reese was shocked. Your cousin? Yeah, he might be alive. And the worst, he might be working for the villains. Because there's no other reason why. The villains don't have enough power or the ability to really split part of the human world, open a gate to allow demons entered. But he will. But he would. Arcanos would be asked, how would he do that though? There's no thing that could really split between the human and the demon realm. Arcanos said the Yamato. The blade had the ability to really literally cut through the realm, through the world. It has the ability to warp space and time. Rio's eyes widened. The Yamato can cut through space and time? Zuko proceeded to nod. That's one of its many abilities that it can do. And within someone's hands, it can do a lot of damage. The best user, one of its strongest users was Virgil. We all know his tale as well. He can literally cut through almost anything. Didn't matter where, what, or who it was. He had cutting and precise precision to cut through. He can even cut through the dimension to teleport anywhere he wanted. And if Issei has some sort of similar control, like Virgil, well, that could be a problem. So he might have been the one who's able to cut through the dimension. But that shouldn't be possible. The only way you can really do that is by opening a hell gate. Or one of the other gates. But in Fortuna, but all those have been destroyed. Yep, those gates are all destroyed. There's only two exist left. With the Yamato and well, three technically. Yamato. You have the Tenma and the Clifot. And Zuko said the same Clifot. Arcanos said that caused damage around all of Fortuna and Red Grave City. Yep. That Clifot. But that's been lost to the ages. So, be lucky that it's only just the Yamato. If it was just those two, those would be a lot more bigger, worse than problems. But, that's still a big problem, even though at the end of the day. Alright then, he's alive. But why did she lie to her? I don't want her to know the fact that the guy that she liked when she was... The guy that she liked when she had a crush on him when she was younger, and still does, is now probably a villain. In that words, trying to destroy the whole world. I don't know about you, but I don't really want to bring down a girl like that. And destroy her image, destroy the image that she has on the guy for that long. No offense. That would practically break her. So no, I'm not going to do it. I'd rather lie to her face and say that he's dead than alive. But, as Zook's stretched, it is what it is. We're just going to head out and go to bed. Understandable, as Reese's understood. They proceeded all to head to, well, after eating, bed. As Zuko proceeded, we think, he simply proceeded to contact Drake. Drake, what do you know about the Excalibur? A couple of things. I actually ran into it a couple of times myself when it was whole. Powerful weapon. Had enough power to slay dragons. It was that powerful? Yes. It'll be a danger if it would get to the wrong hands. Damn. So it is that powerful. Alright then, what do? We look for it, Drake simply says. As much as because I don't want to say this, but we can't allow the exorcists to simply do what they desire. That's still a powerful weapon. True. Well, I guess we'll look for tomorrow. We have a week off for train for the UA Sports Festival. Maybe in that amount of time we can deal with this problem. Maybe. But I have a feeling that bigger storm's approaching. And you want to keep your guard up. I should? Yes, Drake Soapy said. Watch your back. Alright then, I will. As Izuku proceeded to make his way, as it was, well, time to deal with the bigger problem. He stretched out his body as simply he and Baku arrived at the place, deserted alone. And they proceeded to get kind of weird activities on, well, this area in general. Oh, this is the place. As Izuku said. You sure that's gonna be here? Yep. It should be here. We should find some stuff here. If anything, if you need to look more, we'll go back to the old church. August should be shivered. We have to go back there. Yeah, we'll go back there if we need to. The two proceeded to head inside, entering the old abandoned warehouse. As you can proceed to looking around. This place is abandoned. We should find some stuff here. What's Dries doing? Inform me, son, about things. We should have enough time to figure it out and maybe, just maybe learn more about this Excalibur thing. They looked around, seeing some old papers. Bingo. He proceeded to unwrap the papers, looking at them, talking about, well, science stuff. Izuku's reading it as Bakugo's to say, what does it say? It's more not just things, but it's more of an old relic thing, you know? It's more of just formulas and plans. Not the straight of what it's saying. It's more magic stuff. Something that maybe Akino can read. It's a formula. But I have a hunch. A couple things say the Excalibur pieces put back together. Okay. Yeah. They proceeded to immediately hear the sound. They turned around, drawing their blades, as seeing Kiba. Oh, Kiba. What are you guys doing here? He simply said. Investigating? What are you doing here? I'm also investigating. What's that? Documents? Here you can read it. Kiba took the papers and looking at him, reading them himself. I know these. You do? Yeah. I know what these do and what they are. It's a ritual. What ritual? It's an old ritual I remember from my past. Richard told you about my past, right? Two nod. Well, this ritual, for example, has the ability of merging Excalibur back together, or pieces of it. But it costs a price. And that price was my friend's souls. It needed to contain magic that needed a lot. Pure, innocent children. In this case, the fuse is painful, very painful, but it gives a lot of power. Oh shit, Zuxu said. It's that bad, huh? Yeah. Kiba proceeded to turn around and walking away. Hey, Kiba. He proceeded to say, how about we work together? You want to work together? Yeah, we're going behind Reese's back anyways, so we can work together. You know you are her pawn. Yeah, I know. Yes and no. But still, I want to help you take down this guy. Whoever this guy is behind it. I know who's doing it, or who's processing this. The bastard. But in general, yeah, why not? If you want me to help you, we'll help. Okay? Bet. As the three proceed to continue their search, Saji they ran into as well, seeing him, as Azuka said, so you want to help too? Yeah. Why not help a Dragon Barrel while at it? Okay. Sure, why not? But you know we're going back behind Master's backs, right? Yeah. But I think this is a good enough reason to do so. Alright then. Let's do this. They proceeded to continue looking around. Looking for more information. Anything at that. Zuka proceeded to pause as he proceeded entering another warehouse. Looking as he heard something. He heard talking. He crouched down and looking to see Freed. He was talking to this old man. He proceeded to talk about the formula as saying that it needs to be perfect down to the right T for this to work. Zuka proceeded to pull out Every and Ivory. And proceeding to stand up, as proceeding to jump up one of the crates, as Sippy glaring with a cocky smirk. Well, look what we have here, Suzuki said. We have an exorcist and a mad scientist. Perfect, just my luck. Izuka proceeding to be worn in his Devil May Cry outfit as proceeding to smile. Now, what are you guys doing here in a place like this? Free turning around and immediately looking glaring. Well, look what we have here. It's the devil scum himself. Ooh, you had an upgrade, didn't you? Wow, look at that upgrade. As the scientist proceeded to recognize him, that silver hair and that sword on his back. He's the son of Sparta. Free proceeded, son of Sparta? Wow. I gotta say, I never seen a son of Sparta before. But my, how you look interesting. Devil scum. I should have not known. You're not a devil. You're a demon scum. So it gives me even more delight that I'm going to rip you in half. Izuka smirked. Alright then, try me. You proceed to fire bullets at Free. Free proceeded to maneuver around. I'm impressed. Firing arms. You took up, kid. Izuka proceeded to stop firing at him. Proceeded to put his Ever and Ivory away, drawing rebellion. Proceeding to rush forward. The two clashing in the middle. Yeah, I did. I leveled up a bit. Izuka dodging one of Free's attacks as simply believing as seeing the counter Free nothing makes sword blow. But you know this is a holy sword, and that will cut yours in half. As seeing it to swing down powerfully, Izuka proceeded to catch the blade, the holy blade, as super scowling. Well, let me tell you something. As using his Devilbringer arm, as the bandages around his Devilbringer arm ripped, showing his demonic arm. As the energy proceeded to flow, as the red and orange energy flashing with power, oozing, as he gripped the sword. Not that much pain I can feel, anyways. as he simply smirked. This doesn't even hurt. He proceeded to crack the blade, as shattering with his bare hands, as Free proceeded to be shocked. How's that? How's that possible? If anything, that didn't really hurt. As you can see, to throw shattered pieces of his holy blade. Free proceeded to panic. Shit! He proceeded to fire at Izuku. Izuku proceeded to use his other hand as cutting the bullets in half. Well, that was easy. Izuku smirked. You're going down. Even more? This would have been an easy peasy. Pulling out both Ivory and Ivory as super. I got you. And that's Jack. But before he can do anything else, the roof came carving in. Izuku proceeded to jump back. As a large amount of light proceeded to enter the room as the light spear and that where he was standing. As Izuku simply turned towards, looking up to see Kokobeel. Huh. Look at that. The Red Dragon Emperor. My. I never thought I would see you. And the Red Dragon Emperor is not just a normal Red Dragon Emperor. He's a son of Sparta, too. Well, I find this so entertaining. You look a lot like Dante. And I had a couple run-ins with him, too. Interesting. A red dragon. And the son of Sparta all in one. And aren't you a hero? Wow. A hero student, a Red Dragon Emperor, and the son of Sparta. I have to admit, I found the biggest piece of steak I ever seen. And a family of the Grimoire clan on top of that. That's just wonderful. Izuku should be scowled. And you must be Kokobeel. Oh, you know me. I feel so proud. Yes, I am Kokobeel. It's nice to meet you, Red Dragon. I didn't expect to see the other dragon, but very well. As he simply smiled. Now, if you excuse me, I have plans and things to do. Izuku scowled. What would that be? Well, I think I can tell you some of it. Now, my plans are very simple. I want the war to continue. The war? Are you kidding me? It's been, 1,000 years? True. But it's just no fun. In peace. Look at this. Bummer. There's only small disputes in the human world. Little villains, but the best one I seen was 5 years ago. Between the All Might and the one in the shadows. Izuku's eyes widened. How do you? Oh, so you know also. Interesting. So that means you must be the precious star. The next symbol of peace. In training. Izuku narrowed his eyes dangerously. You know a little too much. I just proceeded to shoot bullets at him. As he proceeded to reflect them away with a barrier. I have to admit, your toys seem nice, but they're not really that fun to play with. Proceeding to look as Sippy saying, the other Excalibur has been extracted. Excalibur mimic. Izuku proceeded, eyes widening. That's Serena's sword. What did you do to her? Oh, nothing. She's just incapacitated for a little bit. Izuku scowled. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, don't worry. Once I start my great war, I'll have both humanity and the supernatural fighting over. But not just that. Oh, so devil. Oh, so demons. What about the realm? I heard so many legends about it. Sparta and his sons and his bloodline. Like, wow. Like, now I really think about it. Now I think about it. You could be a good catalyst. Let's look at some scout. I'm not gonna be no catalyst of yours for your war. It doesn't matter now. Eventually I'm gonna get what I want. I always do. Freed, as he sibiled towards him, got to the rendezvous point. He proceeded to disappear, leaving Freed running away. With the mad scientist disappearing also. Are you kidding me? Izuku said. Now, excuse me. I guess I'll be seeing you in a few hours. Where's at UA? This will be exciting. Kokubi proceeded to disappear as Izuku scowled. Shit. He proceeded to make his way forward, running, leaving the area. Putting him back to, well, their rendezvous point. As this is one Kiba should say this is a lot bigger than us now. As Kiba proceeded to meet him at Arena, as Izuku said, looking at Arena, are you alright? I'm fine, as she said. I just lost Excalibur. So, yeah, they took it. So, Bakugo says, what do we do now? We have a few hours to prepare, Izuku says. But we're gonna have to tell them. Yeah, we've been doing it for days, Bakugo said. Literally days. Yeah, I know. So what are we waiting for? Well, Taijutsu said, let's do this. As they prepared to go and they headed towards the way. Once Rias and Sona heard about this news, this was shocking. So you had a hunch of what was going on, and you didn't tell us. No. And now Kokubio has an Excalibur blade. Uh-huh. And now he's declaring war on us all. And now he decided to tell us. Yep. Ria stood beside. She proceeded to smack Izuku upon the face as the boys proceeded to take it. I deserve that. I don't know what's gotten into you guys. But now we have to prepare. This is more and this is bigger than all of us. Kokubi's trying to start a war. A full-blown war upon both worlds. Supernatural and the human world. If he starts this, the humanity won't have a chance of fighting back. They don't even know about the supernatural. This will take them by storm. And this will be devastating. So we're going to stop Kokubi here and now. Yeah, Bakugo says. How are we going to do that? He's at cadre level, remember? Pretty powerful. Okay, as Izuku says, I have an idea. So how about we contact your brother? And I explained to him that two of my servants went out of their way to plan against my back? No. That's already embarrassing enough to call him, let alone get his help. Same. I'm not going to contact my sister either. I know your siblings are siscons and all, as it says, but I think we're going to need their help. We're going to have to hold a fort here. I'll contact him and tell him what's going on. But we're going to really need to hold this fort. Okay, Izuku says. Do we tell the heroes? She simply sighed. No, we don't want to alert them that some being from another world is coming here to quite literally cause a war. Right. That's a bad idea. Alright then, what are you waiting for? Let's prepare. Prepare around all barriers around the way. We're gonna need them. This is proceeding, I'm saying, not as they put all proceedings split doing their own thing. This is proceeding to think about it. This is gonna be a lot bigger than I thought it was. 3 is proceeding to beside. I really wish you came to us first before you guys went on your own. It seemed like a good plan at first, but now I think about it, kind of dumb. Oh well. As they were prepared for the fight coming up, that's when they arrived. Kokobeel and his small group. Kokobeel smiled, smiling as everything started. Well, I see you all prepared. Very good. I admit, your craftsmanship is very nice. And what a well-put school. It's a shame that it'll be destroyed. It is to be the monumental start of the Great War again. That's not happening, Ryusuke said, glaring at Kokobeel. We're gonna put a stop to you here and now. He chuckled. Princess of Ruin, you really think you can stop me? Very well then. You can try. Freed. Get ready. Proceed to look at the doctor as the doctor sees a smile. Yes. It's time. As he proceeded to reveal the merged Excalibur, it was unbalanced and unstable. Free proceeded to draw the blade as proceeding to take the blade, adding its Excalibur mimic to it, as the blade immediately became more chaotic than ever before. Its holy energy radiating off of it like a waterfall. As you can see in a blink, I can feel that, even from over here. As you can be scowled. Well, let's do this. Drawing upon his blade as Bakugo proceeded to get ready, popping on his own. The scowl on his face is evident. But I needed to give you tests first, before anything else. He snapped his fingers immediately as some beast would be summoned. Cerberuses. Azu proceeded to blink. Oh, you're a dog. How nice. Oh, this is not the ordinary dog. This is Cerberus. Say hello to it. It's dying to meet you. The beast proceeded to lunge forward, rushing at him. Izuku smiling. Very well then. He rushed forward at it as he proceeded to dodge his lunge for his lunge. He proceeded to swipe it on, cutting the beast in the belly. Izuku proceeded to smile cockily. Come on, is that all you got? Alright then, I'll take you for a walk. The beast snarled. Come here. Come on, boy. Come on. Izuku proceeded to pat his back, pat his lap, proceeding to clap towards the beast. It snarled, rushing forward. Kokobeel proceeded to chuckle. It's like watching a mirror. This boy is so much like Dante. Impressive. Izuku proceeded the beast to get closer. Izuku jumping over it and smacking it in the back of the head. Izuku proceeded to shoot, proceeding to fire a bullet. As you see, say jackpot. Firing it as the beast proceeded to go limp. Izuku stopping, smiling. Is that it? Kind of bored. The beast proceeded to glow, separating the 3. Oh, I guess you can't teach old dog new tricks, huh? This old dog has plenty of new tricks, Kokobeel says. Bakugo says, you go deal with that freaking fallen. We'll take care of this problem over here. Hey, Kiba. As Kiba proceeded to look, Look who just finally arrived. Think you can deal that thing? Cupid smiled. Yeah, I can deal with that. As he proceeded to make his way forward, Zuko watching Cupid make his way forward. Zuko look at everyone else. His new alliance that was formed. The Exorcists, the Devils, and some of and him and Koski. Well, I guess I gotta go all out here, huh? Yes, partner. Let's get started. Right. Welsh Dragon Balance Breaker. Izuku proceeded to form his balance breaker immediately as Kokubil proceeded to be interested. Interesting, your balance breaker. Izuku flying through the air at Kokubil's level. Just like the other dragon. You unlocked your balance breaker. Now I wonder, did you unlock your devil trigger also? Yeah, I did. A while ago. But don't worry. I don't think I will be needing that to defeat you. Oh, really? You're going to need every chance you can get. Izuku proceeded to launch forward as proceeding to lure back his fist as Kokubil proceeded to smile. Forming a massive circle as proceeding to allow a pillar of light to fire forward. Izuku dodging the attack. Drawing a rebellion as proceeding to cut the circle in half. Kokubil being surprised as he proceeded to form a blade, a spear of light, blocking the attack. Izuku the snarl. Damn! The two went back and forth. Izuku parrying, Kokubil parrying also. Izuku proceeded to grab the light spear, shattering, stabbing Kokubil. Kokubil proceeded being pale as he proceeded to smile. Yes! Yes! Show me more! He formed more spears of light as firing them off. Izuku proceeded to dodge, proceeding to cover his upper body as kicking the spears, being blasted as multiple holes showed in his body. As their armor proceeded to repair itself. Frickin' hurts. You're a demon. Life's a lot more potent, doesn't it? Now, let's see if you can continue this, Red Dragon. Izuku proceeded to fly forward, rushing at Kokubil, clashing with him. As the two proceeded to fight, Riz proceeded to watch upon the fight continuously as Izuku's going at him full force. He might not last very long. Even though he's strong, that's still a cadre that he's fighting. Bonkers has some faith in the nerd as he proceeded to dodge one of Disturbious attacks, blowing it up. Reed's being hit by Asia. He's smiling. Yeah, I have faith in him, alright. Izuku proceeding the clash of Kokubil once again. There's several times. As the clash proceeded to continue, being blasted back as Kokubil sent out a spear of light. Izuku shattering it as he swung. Izuku proceeded to breathe heavily. Fuck. This is hard. Every time I up the level, he goes further. I can barely keep up with this guy. He proceeded to disperse his balance breaker as proceeding to use his devil trigger instead, activating it as he turned into his demon mode, his demon form. Flying forward as seeing Kokubil can match him now. Your devil trigger. Alright then, let's see. Izuku proceeded to fly forward. Kokubil dodging as proceeding to stab him with a pillar of light. Still slow. Actually, you look a lot more weaker now. He proceeded to slash him on the chest as Izuku fell, crashing down as his devil trigger proceeded to disperse as Izuku groaned. Fuck. Proceeded to look at his outfit, his DSC-1 outfit, his DSC-3 outfit as proceeding to growl. Do you know how long it took to repair this? A long time. He breathed heavily, stabbing the sword using Rebellion, holding on to Rebellion. This is bad. I can barely keep up. At this rate, I might go down fast. Toto smiled. Don't worry. I'll make it quick. Quick, right? He stood up as Priscilla growled. Yeah, we'll see about that. But before any of that, before I kill you all, I gotta tell you something very important about the war. Lucas had been leered his eyes. What are you talking about now? Reese wondering, what are you talking about? As Giuseppe responded. About the casualties, actually. If anything else. Zenobia proceeded to look confused. The casualties? What do you mean? She proceeded to stop fighting Freed, as Freed proceeded to smile. As immediately everyone was confused. Well, in the battle, there wasn't just the four Satans that were killed. As Kokobu's smile grew, also God was killed in the battle as well. The shock of everyone as they all holded, as immediately Zuko's eyes widening. No way. You're lying. That's bullshit. Zuko said, Baka being shocked. Oh, you're just talking out your ass now. Am I? Why would I lie? He is dead after all. Agent said, God's dead? Slow tears started to come out of her eyes. No, he can't be dead. It's not possible. There's no way. Why else do you think there's not much miracles happening anymore? Really? The only one doing the miracles is Michael, managing everything, I think. Why do you think they allowed you? You, a nun, who helped the devil, as he simply smiled. And yet you were casted out and given to the fallen. You really think that he would allow you to get into the hands of the fallen in the first place? As the realization of this shocked her, her whole life was a lie. Asia started breaking down. Zenobia proceeded to say, you're lying. He's not dead. No. Proceeded to look at Asia, now understanding that she was actually innocent in all of this. Izuku proceeded to growl. Alright then, fine. Tell all the truth you want. It doesn't matter. But now, you just made her cry. You bastard. Stood. You think this is funny? You enjoy this, don't you? The casualties of war, the Russian blood. Yeah, must make you feel more alive than ever. Well, let me tell you something too. I feel that too. But no, not for the reason that you like it. For the very fact of the matter that I have to defeat you. I'm going to end this. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to stop your stupid plan of this war. As Zuko said, proceeding to activate Zotra once more. And on top of that, I don't give a damn if God's dead. It doesn't matter to me anyways. As he simply snarled, all that matters is me kicking your ass. Activating his balance breaker. Welsh Dragon, demonic balance breaker. Kokobu being surprised. How is that possible? You can activate that state as well? Izuku simply proceeded to lunge forward, jabbing at Kokobu. Kokobu proceeded to simply dodging the attack, as Izuku's speed proceeded to increase rapidly, as slicing his face, as Kokobu proceeded to blast the boy back, as he proceeded to crash from the ground, groaning. That's not possible. As he proceeded to touch his cheek, looking at it as blood proceeded to come on his hands, as he smiled. I'm impressed. You're able to exalt this much power. Very well then, Red Dragon. I shall show you more of my power. As Kokobu proceeded to summon a large spear of light, As the light proceeded to grow in size, Izuku proceeded to snarl. Damn it! That's too big! Fuck! As it grew bigger and bigger in size, as immediately the shine within the sky, as the magical shield around the area shattered immediately. Everyone proceeded to look up. Koku was stopping his attack for a moment, looking at the scene. What? What are you doing here? That shouldn't be possible. How? As the white dragon descended. No. He sent you, didn't he? How the fuck did you end up here? Answer me. The white dragon didn't respond, immediately rushing forward. At a high speed. Blah! Embedding its fist within its gut. Kokoro flying and crashing down. As he immediately proceeded to go. This can't be. How? How the hell? He proceeded to stand up, rising. So you think you can just come in and just ruin my plans, don't you? Hyodo. The voice proceeded to refine the dragon-like armor proceeded to respond. I was told to dispatch you, as it simply spoke. And that I would do. Proceeding as Master Circus proceeded to be summoned, as immediately blasting at Kokobio. No! No! As he screamed out. As he was immediately repelled by magic, as he proceeded to hold his wings, as proceeding to blast everything off. I won't be defeated by you, by a worm, a disgusting half-breed like you, summoning a large amount of the holy energy. The dragon proceeded to rush forward at high speed, drawing a blade immediately, impaling Kokobio. As the blade proceeded to cut into him, as blue blades proceeded to slice, touching deep into him at high speed. None foreseen until only Izuku could see. As the blade proceeded to stop, putting the blade back in the sheath. As the blood proceeded to spray, Kokobio screamed out in pain. This can't be. As he proceeded to collapse, the white dragon proceeded to turn towards Freed, rushing forward, proceeding to disappear and reappear behind him as the Excalibur proceeded to shatter immediately. As the immediately proceeded to turn to see Freed, as Freed proceeded to be surprised. The Excalibur! The doctor proceeded to be shocked. That can't be. Hyodo Issei. Or should I call you Virgil? He proceeded. Before you knew it, the man was knocked out and grabbed. He proceeded to be as he was dealt with. The man proceeded to put his blade back in the sheath as the dragon proceeded to make its way forward, walking towards Kokobio, picking him up and picking the other one up as he proceeded to make his way to leave. Are you going to ignore me, White One? The dragon stopped, simply looking forward, as the wings on the back of the white dragon proceeded to respond. Red One, you found a strong host. Impressive. We both found sons of Sparta. This should make it interesting. Yes. But this battle that we have has seemingly increased by another level beyond us. Yes, it has. There's more behind it than just our rivalry. Izuku proceeded to be shocked. No way. As the helmet upon his face vanished as on the side of two dragon-like fangs upon the side of his face. Is that you? Issei. The armor being turned around, looking at him, allowing half of the armor to show its face. You're weak, as the voice said in a cold tone. Very weak. You lost a lot of your power, Dante. So much of it, in fact, is shocking to me. Why did you call me Dante? You know that's not my name. You are who you are. You are Dante and Izuku in one. It doesn't matter what I call you. You are Dante, and that's simple. The Red Dragon, Dante, whatever you want to call yourself. What are you doing? What's going on? Simple, actually. I have my own plans. Your own plans? Let me guess, Izuku scowled. Are you the one who allowed the USJ to be attacked? All those devils, all those demons, to enter the USJ? So you figured it out, as the voice said, seemingly being quiet. Izuku glared. Why? Why did you do it? Are you insane? What's wrong with you? He simply smiled. Didn't smile, but it was just amusement in his voice. One simple reason. Power.